Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday, man. So yeah, video gaming news coming up for June 25th, and then I think we're just gonna do some,
New shake weight jam. Booty, baby. Are pretty funny, Gabs.
What's up, Ferret? What's up, dude? How you doing? What up, Soup? Gotta replace my iPhone battery with authentic Apple certified parts. Well, yeah. Or else I can't use my camera and features. Bro. Got one word of advice, dude. Android. Solution to all your problems, dude. Android. Bro. Oh my god, dude, you're such a trip. You're such a trip, bro. Well, I don't know. I mean, you're definitely making that bed for yourself. You're gonna have to lay in it, dude. You know, so I can't help you if you don't want to be helped. You know, there's just can't help people that don't want to be helped. You know, it is what it is, I guess. Ferret, how you doing, buddy? I know, man. I saw you trying to help Psych figure out the band issue. Man, that's a weird deal. I don't know what's going on there, man. Samsung sponsored user. Yeah, dude. Yeah, definitely better than Apple, that's for sure. Oh man. So we'll play Binding today. We'll play Binding after the news. But we're gonna discuss potentially, like we did at the end of the stream yesterday. Today we'll have more discussion about what's coming up, what we're gonna be doing. We got Sons of the Forest playthrough coming up. That's gonna start on like 8 July. I think, dude, I know, Ferret. I know. I saw you guys talking about it. That's the weirdest thing, dude. It's the weirdest thing. So, hey, thanks, buddy. Thanks, man. I'll pull that up and we'll talk about that. So there's obviously Zenless Zone Zero that I'm gonna be playing mainly for Soup because he's gonna donate mass subs to the community for it, right? Nah, I'm just messing. I told Soup a long time ago I'd try Zenless with him. So I'm gonna try some Zenless Zone Zero with Soup when it drops on the 4th. We've got that going on. We've got that'll be happening right before we start playing Sons of the Forest, and that'll be with Pinky and anybody else that wants to hop in and play, you know. But it'll be one of a week on, week off kind of situation because of Pinky's schedule. So we're going to try to accommodate that to the utmost degree so Pinky can be in that playthrough with me for the entirety of it, as we played the Forest together as an entire playthrough, and I want him to be able to be there for the entire playthrough of Sons of the Forest, right? But I want to get as many other people in that want to be in it as well. I'll try to throw something in the Discord between today and tomorrow and make sure I can gauge some interest there and let people know that's coming up. But we still have some time to fill coming up after the day off tomorrow for like the next 5 days. We've got time to fill before we start before we start basically a Zenless Zone Zero, and then before Sons of the Forest. And we still need to talk about what we're going to play to kind of run in parallel with playing Sons of the Forest, because it will be more of a week on, week off kind of situation, right? But we'll talk about it today and we'll figure it out, all right? Thanks for that, buddy. Appreciate it, man. Really sorry you guys are having issues with the server, dude. But again, I appreciate you so very much, dude, for hosting it. Yeah, I think it sucks, dude. Sucks there's issues. And this is just something that happened, correct me if I'm wrong, but the whole Sonic being banned thing is just, he's the only person having this issue, and This didn't happen for him until this latest issue of the server being inaccessible, right? Because the server basically went down again or something, or it just wasn't accessible or something. I don't think it was anything on your end. I think it was just the game itself or something that had some issues, right? Weren't able to get into it for some reason. Yeah, weird. Yeah. And then after it got fixed, everybody else is able to get in, and he's just showing banned. That's the weirdest, dude. It's the weirdest thing. I'm sorry, but I do appreciate you, man. I appreciate you hosting that. Helping everybody to have a good time, having a community Valheim server and stuff. It's, you know, incredibly generous of you, man, and I do appreciate it very much. And it's work for you, you know. It's not something that, you know, is always a fun thing to have to take care of for everybody, but just because you're an awesome individual, dude, you're doing it, and I appreciate it. For everybody, I do. It's amazing, dude. Thank you. Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Right, because then what it does is it basically makes it to where it's you're running a list of only people that can access, right? Is that's more of what it would be, right? It would be, instead of running just a potential like what it is now, which would be more like a blacklist where you would just be banning specific people if you needed to. It would flip it, right? It becomes whitelist only. Exactly. Yeah. That's yeah. So I saw you talking to him about that a little bit. Are you guys discussing that? Yeah. I mean, I guess I know you've already spent time on it. If there was the want to science it, you could literally do that and just put everybody on the whitelist that wants to be in the game and see if that fixed everything. But it's not ultimately the best way to handle that situation. It's just weird that he's banned, you know? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we talk about that kind of stuff. You know, we're tech-minded people. It's all about sciencing, right? we could try it. We could try it. Yeah. So, yeah, I know it's work, man. And again, I appreciate you trying to just make sure everybody's happy and content and having a place to game together and stuff, man. It's even though I'm not in there and I'm not partaking in it, I do appreciate it very much. I do, man. Thank you. I hope it gets sorted, because that's just the weirdest thing, dude. Would you actually believe that Beyond Good and Evil 2 is still in development 20 years later? I mean, we thought that, you know, Skull and Bones was bad from Ubi, dude. We thought Skull and Bones was bad at like a 10-year development process. Beyond Good and Evil 2 takes the cake, you know? Game you play using a camera? I don't think so. I'll pull it up. We'll see it. I don't think so. Oh, no. No, I don't think so, huh? No. But it is like it's iconic. This game has been memed on forever, for being stuck in development hell, and for just Ubisoft still forever telling everybody it's in development and nobody ever getting any kind of information on it. It's the weirdest situation, dude. Yeah, I don't think that's. I think you're probably thinking of something else. I think, but we'll take a look at it. We'll see. D4 Season 5 introduces new wave-based roguelite mode. We'll take a quick peek at that. We've had so many discussions on the front of when is a good time for a video game to have a remake. When is the appropriate time for a remaster as opposed to a remake? When is a game not needed to be touched at all because it's only 3 years old? Yeah, Naughty Dog. You know what I mean? It's a weird deal. I think that there's an appropriate time and place for remakes, remasters, stuff like that. And you know, just to blatantly be throwing down some kind of notion that your favorite game, whatever that may be, doesn't need a remake, meh. I would give you an example of something like maybe, you know, Dead Space. I think even as much as I dislike EA, I think they did a pretty good job with the Dead Space remake from what I understand. I didn't play it because I just recently played through the entire series of Dead Space games. I didn't feel like I needed to play the remake, but I think that they did take a nice balanced approach to keeping the game very traditional to what made it great in the first place, but modernizing it as well. And I think that you have to understand that to an extent, remakes bring more vintage games that have, you know, stayed iconic, but are also, you know, not quite as accessible on a modern, you know, platform front as they used to be. When they get remade, it puts them back into this mode of, I think, younger generations getting their hands on those experiences and understanding why they are iconic, right? Because a lot of the younger generations aren't going to look at something like, you know, Final Fantasy VII and go back and play it. You know, they're just not. Or, you know, even Ocarina of Time or something like that, right? And so I think that even though a lot of people will take a look at something like Ocarina of Time and go, oh, you shouldn't touch that, you shouldn't remake that, I don't know that I totally agree with that either, you know? I think that it's not a matter of trying to remake the game and make it into something different than it ever was. I think it's more of what developers need to do is stick close to what made the game so good and iconic in the first place, and also bring it into a modern gaming fashion, you know. So it's a very, very tightrope walk. But just to say that your favorite game, whatever game that may be, doesn't need a remake, I don't know that I agree with that. Oh, it is the one. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, gotcha. Okay, yeah. That makes sense, dude. Best Buy's massive member sale is live. Spend $125 on video games and get $50 back. We'll take a look. Brother, I'm an idiot. Bro, what? There we go. There we go. Got that. That's fine. We'll go with Tech Radar. You see this? What is this about, dude? We've been having this happen quite a bit here lately. 20 shameless video game cash grabs. 20 shameless video cash grabs. 20 shameless videos cash grabs. 20 shameless video cash grabs. And they're all different outlets. Obviously, they're not. Obviously, they're not different outlets. You know? They're all tied together. But it's so frustrating. 20 shameless video gaming cash grabs. 20 shameless video game. Like, come on. Bro. You gotta love it, you know? Same exact article being pushed out by like 40 outlets, dude. Jesus Christ. There it is again. God dang, dude. Sony working on robot with built-in video game system. We know who will be the first person to buy that. I don't need to say the name. Bro, what? New Jersey man allegedly flew to Florida to attack fellow gamer. God, people are crazy, man. 1 second, guys. My bad. Good call, dude. Sorry. Yeah, 3-head move, dude. 3-head move, sorry. I'm feeling like I'm on the struggle bus this morning, dude. I'm tired. I haven't had enough coffee yet, for sure. Thanks, though. Bro, fair. I know. Dude, the world's a crazy place, man. Yeah. Just seeing your lovely mug. Yeah, nice. Well put. Bro, I was just like crushing away, dude. Totally forgot to change the scene over. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's wild, dude. Well, look, dude, I mean, that's the scariest thing about, you know, I think the U.S. in general, you know. Bro, it doesn't, it feels like anymore, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you are, what you're doing. The potential to get in any kind of conflict is high, and for a gun to get involved by somebody is also extremely high, you know. So it's one of those things where for quite some time now, that's one of those reasons why my family and I mean, we don't normally go to very crowded places or anything like that. It just seems risky all the time here anymore, unfortunately, you know. Yeah, that's the way it goes. People are very, very bad at de-escalating situations, yeah, with their minds and with communication. And instead, what they want to do is just kill each other. It's insane. It's crazy. Exactly, Ferret, exactly. Too many hotheads, violence as the first response. Exactly, dude, yeah, we're on the exact same level there, man. Yep. It's unfortunate. It's crazy, and I mean, this is a thing, though, isn't it? I mean, flew to Florida to attack fellow gays. Jesus, it's crazy, dude. People are just nuts, man. Oh, I bet this is sick. Utah Retro Game Expo 2020. I bet this is cool, dude. Set for August 9th and 10th. I bet this is really neat. Let's pull this up, take a look at this. I bet that's really cool. Hey, look, dude, 20 shameless video game cash grabs. 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 What is that, like the 20th article we've already had this morning? 2 pages? Something like that. 20 shameless video game cash grabs. They have something like that in your area every year. Oh, dude, that's so cool, man. 20 shameless video game cash grabs. 20 shameless video game cash grabs. Bro. It's something, dude. This is it's like everyone is showing like a different outlet, which is insane. You know, I need to do minus cash grabs. You know. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's pretty bad. Prime Gaming revealing 15 new free games ahead of Prime Day. Oh, they've got a new Razer Kishi mobile controller coming. Interesting. Tainted's a good word, dude. I think so. $20 shameless video game cash grabs. Here's that same story. New Jersey man flies to North Florida to attack person with hammer over online game dispute. Dog, that's crazy. That's wild, dude. We got the Amazon Prime stuff up. We've talked a lot about the Dragon Age Velguard, so I'm not going to dive into this. We watched the dedicated showcase for it, stuff like that. What we saw didn't look bad, you know? Right. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, the yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah. Which I don't know, you know, why all of a sudden I'm getting like yes, dude. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm getting like just crushed with articles like that. It's weird, right? But yeah, the there's a lot of weird stuff that happens like that with the basically the data mining they do on you and stuff, you know, on your own devices, and trying to cater that experience to you specifically, even as much as you might try to avoid it. It's like unavoidable nowadays. Yeah, exactly. I agree. And I mean, dude, I do a lot to try to avoid a lot of that kind of stuff between, you know, add-ins for my browser, plugins for my browser, the type of browser I use, the, you know, different kinds of stuff. But a lot of times it's hard. There are better browsers to use if you want to avoid some of that stuff than what I've got a couple browsers I've been comfortable with for a long time and stuff. But it's really, you know, a lot of times it feels like you just have to deal with it to an extent. Unfortunately. But I agree, dude, yeah. I like this. This is a jam, dude. Bro, we were right on that beat drop. God dang. Nice little tune. Yeah, oh, so speaking of AI, you know, have you come across these if anybody watches things like, I'm sure, like, I don't know TikTok specifically, but I'm guessing so, or YouTube shorts or anything like that, you come across these videos that I'm guessing for a lot of us, it's very, especially if you're, you know, somebody that's been in the tech industry for a while, IT stuff, whatever. it's so obvious that it's just all AI driven content, you know, from the image. I mean, for what it is, it looks almost real, you know, it almost looks like a real human. You know, the way they talk is almost there, but there you can just, like, for myself, I can always see it. I can always see the underlying, it's just fake. It's just an AI generated content stuff. Did that not pop off? Shake Weight Jam didn't pop off. That's not good. It did, but it was quiet? Really? That's weird. Yeah, because I didn't hear it. That's weird. Maybe the audio just got bugged on it or something. Yo, I'll run it again here in a little bit. Sorry, Ferret. Thanks, man. I'll run it again here in a little bit. We'll check it out and see. It'll be on a cooldown for a few minutes. We'll run it again. The other gift this morning sounded fine. That's weird. Huh. Weird. It's always weird to me whenever I see those videos, because I know that they're duping people, you know, even with as bad as it looks to me and as easy as it is to see through the content as being just fake, computer generated, AI generated content. I know they're duping people, and that sucks. That feels so bad from, you know, from my point of view. It's weird. Maybe so, dude. Maybe so. They're probably talking about the flashbang. Flashbang's a disgusting grenade, dude. I hate it so much. My favorite grenade's the sticky grenade, but I'm kind of done with X-Defiant for a while, man. I don't know. It doesn't feel as, I guess, intoxicating as it did when I first started. I'm ready to try a different shooter at some point in the near future. We've talked a lot about Shadow of the Erdtree so far. I want to talk to Tinwin. I want to talk... Wait, what? Here you go. Soup, where you at, Soup? Oh, I know they have, dude. Yeah, I know. Soup! There you go, buddy. There's your some copium, dude. That might be a decent article, brother. Soup's like, here! Okay. Well, I just won't try to help you anymore, okay? Get wrecked, nerd. Yeah, I know. Same here, dude. Oh, dude, that Soup's kind of rando mode there. Oh, nice, dude. Let's go. Nice, Ferret. Dude, we got Take Energy and Holiday Cookie. Let's go. Dawn Trail Early Access details revealed. Head to Turl early. Let's take a quick peek at this. God dang, dude. The Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 games were so good. No way, dude. Dead Drop Game Studio drops founder and Dr. Disrespect after alleged misconduct. Uh-oh. Got that Komodo hype going on. Let's go. Soup's not even going to try to get in on this. And you got the take NRG emote, which is like Soup's jam, man. Soup, get in there. Get that random will go. Here's what I'll say. As far as this Dead Drop game and what's there? Midnight Studios. Nice, dude. Midnight Studios and the doc being a part of this from the guy. I've got videos on YouTube calling them out. I never liked what they were doing in the first place. If you don't recall, this entire situation around Dead Drop was real weird, and it felt scummy. It felt like they were playing on the renowned and notoriety of Dr. Disrespect. They were basically telling everybody they were making this vertical extraction shooter game that obviously had the doc's persona behind it and you know, face and everything, and what they did is they were like, well, what we're gonna do is basically have a limited number of beta access keys from the get-go, and we'll occasionally let beta access out and let people access it and see it. But if you want to be part of the beta access, you have to buy one of our NFTs. Yeah, you guys remember that? Yeah, you're not wrong, Ferret. You're not wrong. So basically what they did was, look, and I'll stick to this sentiment. We've talked about this kind of stuff a lot in the industry. A beta should not be a way for you to try to scam consumers, scam potential, you know, people interested in your title. A beta should be something that a developer utilizes to find ways to stress test the game and get feedback about issues that need to be resolved, or even ways to change the game to be better for the fan base. That's what a beta is about. And when you try and do stuff like that, not only making people pay for access, but then going to the links of being like, you gotta buy an NFT, bro, that screams scamaz. Screams scamaz, dude. Disgusting. Really horrible, man. And so, we'll hop in here and see what's going on now with this situation. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night developers making necessary moves for next game. Let's go, dude. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night we played, dude, was it end of 2022, beginning of 2023? Something like that. Amazing game. Spiritual successor to my favorite Metroidvania of all time, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And I cannot wait to see what's coming next. We'll jump in there. What are you talking about? You're crazy, bro. Here, let me try this. What's going on here? Shake with Jeff. It was a little bit quiet, wasn't it? Interesting. Yo, true, me either. Me either. Actually, quite a turnoff for me. I'm not a fan of that personality. Yeah. Yeah, volume's cranked up all the way on that. That's weird. It's definitely kind of, the volume feels subtle on that right now. I don't know what's going on. That's weird. I'll have to look into it later. But right. Yeah. You didn't miss anything, Ferret. In my opinion. I don't know how, like, a personality like that generates so much fanfare and fan base. You know, it doesn't, you know, make a lot of sense to me. But I think that a lot of people find him entertaining. I personally don't see it, you know. But apparently he did something worth watching. A lot of people. XQC's the best streamer? Man, that's rude to say in another stream, man. You know? Jesus Christ. God dang. I think XQC is funny. I think he's funny. I don't really watch him, but I think he's funny. I think it's just comedy trying to like figure out what he's saying, you know. I know that's not the way that goes, dude, but I appreciate it. Yeah, I know that's not the way that goes. Yeah, I mean, I can understand him, but there are times, dude, where he really starts mumbling, you know. Oh yeah. He really starts mumbling and stuff, and you know, I don't really have an issue with him, but I mean, you know, my main streamer that I used to watch was Ko. I always used to watch Ko. Yeah, it's a lot of gibberish. True, it is. Yeah. It's a wild thing trying to figure him out sometimes. I don't think he's a bad person or anything. I don't think that you know. I think a lot of these streamers that really get uber popular like that, it's almost like a perfect storm situation, you know. I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like winning the lottery. It's weird. It just, for some reason, it happens. You know what I mean? And you know, more power to him. You know, more power to him. I don't think you know. Don't even know who we're talking about. Ferret, yeah, XQC, very popular streamer. Has been for a long time now. He's like he's Canadian, and he's definitely like he's Canadian, right? And I think it's like French Canadian too. So he's got a pretty thick accent. So when he's speaking English, you know, he's pretty thick accent, and he talks very fast, dude, very fast, to where it's like you can't even sometimes, you know, he just like mumbles and jabbers and stuff. And if you've seen enough of his stuff, you can kind of gather what he's talking about, but it's kind of a trip when you first come across him. Yeah, I can usually gather what he's saying, Soup, but for people that haven't really seen him or heard of him or anything, you know, it's sometimes tough for him. Oh, he's the one that went insane about GTA 6. Well, yeah, I mean, he was always doing like RP in there and stuff, wasn't he? I knew he played a lot of it anyways. Yeah. But we'll see what's up with the doc, and I don't have anything, you know, against XQC. There are some out there that I feel like, you know, in large part, especially when you're talking about like how big of a following they've gathered and what they could do with that platform and trying to, I guess, make the world a better place, that I wish they would take more advantage of that. But, you know, you just can't expect people to do that either most of the time. Yeah, so I don't know. But we'll see what's up with the doc for sure. Terraria creator has a simple question for the team behind one of the game's best mods. Which of you wants to work for Relogic and get paid for your work? That's actually super dope, dude. Ferret's got inside track, dude. He's basically best friends with the developer. The doc is terrible, yeah. Terraria is not, boo. Terraria is really good, dude. Terraria based, that's right, Pinky. What's up, dude? I know, Ferret. I know. That's more than I've met him, though. Yo, what up, Reject? Soup, you're so full of crap, dude. Go play your supermarket simulator. Alright? 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 And dude, you were just talking like a week and a half ago about how there are so many good indie games. You're such a troll, dude. You are such a troll. See? There's plenty of great indie games out right now. You stop it. Might just be the most awesome Game Boy clone I've ever seen. Let's take a look at this. Mod Retro's Chromatic. We'll go one more page real quick. This is a chill little tune. Bro, here it is again. 20-year-old man flies from New Jersey to Jacksonville and attacks man with a hammer over online gaming dispute. Jesus. Labyrinth of the Demon King. I'll pull it up. Oh, we've watched this, haven't we? I mean, I guess, dude, but God, I mean, flying from like the northeast coast to the bottom of the east coast just to go attack somebody over a game, that's wild, dog. Oh, you're doing Iki Island? Brother, I thought that we were doing the DLC stuff together. Wait, the DLC can only be done in single player? No way. Oh, that sucks. I just assumed that since the rest of the game was playable co-op, why would you not be able to co-op that too if it's just some expansion content? Oh, that's balls. Crap. Well, I didn't even go into it. I was saving it. So basically, I wasn't going to do the expansion content until I finished the base game. And then we talked about, it was like, oh, yo, well, you know, if you want to do the co-op, let's just do co-op and do the expansion stuff. Because I just assumed if the rest of the game was co-oped, why would you not be able to co-op the expansion content too? I mean, that's, I guess, what I get for assuming. But that's why I didn't even touch it. Well, yeah, I mean, I just figured that Legends mode would be part of it as well, since Legends mode was part of the rest of the game, you know? I just didn't even access it. I didn't even access it because I was getting the base game done first, and we had talked about co-oping it, and I just assumed it would be there. Well, that's crap. I might have to just go back and finish the DLC then. Huh. Okay. Let's verify this real quick. Hold on, Soup. Wait. Oh, so Legends Story Mode is actually something entirely different than just playing through the base game in single player as well, huh? Hold on, dude. Oh, so it's different than what I even thought it was. Hold on. I just assumed it was going to be like you going through, you know, the game together in more of a co-op style for the campaign or whatever, but I guess that's not actually what it is. Yeah, I'll get banned. So it's got its own episodes for Legends mode. Interesting. Hold on. I just always saw it in the game as like, it's just co-op. And I was like, okay, well, you can just co-op this with people if you want to. You know what I mean? Which I was like, all right, that's cool. I never really looked into it. Different from the single-player campaign, Ghost of Tsushima Legends is designed to play multiplayer. It means you can fight through demonic realms and earn legendary gear as rewards with your friends. What? Interesting. Okay. We can still give it a shot this weekend. That's fine. I was just under the impression, because I never tried it. I never even looked into it. I just knew that it was co-op. So I just assumed that it was, you just hop in the game and you basically play through the game with, you know what I mean? The content it has as a co-op kind of experience. I didn't realize it was an entirely different like gameplay style and stuff. That's really wild. So, yeah, it doesn't sound like it is, dude. It doesn't sound like it is. Yeah. So I'm guessing, Iki Island wouldn't even be able to be done co-op, so I need to go finish that. And this weekend we can still try out Legends mode if you're down with it. I just had this notion in my head from making assumptions that it was just a more co-op experience of playing through these like kind of base game content stuff together. I didn't know they had this entire different play style and stuff and content for just doing multiplayer. Just didn't expect it, dude. I didn't expect it. That's really wild. Thanks for letting me know, dude. But so we'll talk after the news about what we'll do today, and then Thursday and Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'll do, if Pinky's still available and down, we'll still do Legends mode and we'll try it out. And if anybody else has Ghost of Tsushima and you want to jump in with us, that would probably be fine. I think you can do like, what, 4-player? 4-player co-op is what it looked like. So we could do that if people wanted to. Anybody else wanted to jump in and play around. I know Noob was in the Discord last night asking if anybody wanted to do Legends. And so we could get in there and try it out. I need 2 years or 1 year to finish Tsushima. So I need to go finish the DLC is what I need to do. I just had the wrong notion in my head about the way that was going to work. Took you a year to finish God of War? That's such a banger though, dude. That game's so good. Ferret, it's really good, dude. That game is a banger. It's really good. Steam Deck's on sale. Better than ROG Ally X, you know what I mean? Hey. Oh, dude. Okay. Let's get in here. Let's see what all we got. Oh, you were showing me some of the other games. Yeah, hold on. Affogato, huh? Yeah, I'll look that up just a second. Let's watch the trailer for this. Let's look at these games that Soup's trying to show us real quick. Let's see if these are actually worth looking at here. What do we got, dude? What is this? Dungeon crawling survival horror first person game, huh? Oh yeah, there is Ferret. You're right. Yep. Interesting. Labyrinth of the Demon King. That looks kind of wild. There's still more to this. Hold on. Or not. Oh, yeah, there is. Okay. Interesting. I don't think I had seen that one before, man. That is kind of wild. Here, if anybody needs the link, there you go. What was the name of the other one? Let me see this. Affogato. Does this have to do with a cat? Only indie you'll support? That's a lie. Waifus everywhere.
どういたしまして。またいつでもコーヒーを飲みに来てくださいね。バーニングアビスからやってきた地獄の大悪魔メフィスト様だ。
You're right, fair, yeah. Yep. Okay, 11. She was spicy.
もっともらおうか。
Like the actual like drawing artwork and stuff is the detailed artwork, they don't look as young, you know. But the little chibi characters and stuff in the game do look real young. Yes, some of them still look kind of young. Yeah, some of them still looked kind of young, dude. Hold on. Am I gonna play that? No. Nope. Sure won't, but I'll link it for everybody that's interested. Steam sale starts on Thursday, by the way, guys. Yeah, there's the Team 17 sale. We kind of took a look at a little bit of this yesterday, but lots of good games, dude. Blasphemous, Dredge, Hell Let Loose, Golf with Friends, man. Trepang 2 is supposed to be a banger. Just a lot of good stuff, man. Killer Frequency is supposed to be very good as well. I don't know about Autopsy, but... Well played, dude. Nice, that's funny. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in here, man. So if you're looking for some content, but again, remember, like the summer sale is coming as well. But Team 17 sale is gonna have some nice stuff there also. Steam Deck LCD sale till July 11th. So these are the newer models, right? The OLED ones, and they're not on sale yet, but they might go on sale at some point during the summer sale, the summer Steam sale, okay? Because there's a possibility. Now, the LCD versions are on sale for 15% off right now. So you can see that. Yeah, it's same here, Ferret. Same here. Yeah, exactly. But I do think it's a great device. I do. All right, let's get back in here. Turn on these tunes. So, Steam Deck is the cheapest it's ever been in the new sale, like I was just talking about. Valve announced yesterday that you can now get the 64 gig or 512 gig Steam Deck LCD models for 15% off until July 11th. Yeah, these are the first gen models. They now have the OLEDs, but you know, these original versions, there are some notable differences. Smaller batteries, the LED instead of the or the LCD screens instead of the OLED screens also consume more battery. And so not only do you have a smaller battery, but the LCD screen consumes more battery as well, which makes your battery life lacking compared to the newer versions anyways. The sale arrives as Valve is discontinuing the two original models and looking to unload its stock. Still, even the 64 gigabyte deal is excellent. Sure, it comes with slower storage, and 64 gigs is going to fill up quick, but it's easy to add more space via a micro SD card and or a solid state drive. With a huge discount, you'll have even more money for extra storage, and considering the peak Steam Deck OLED model is $650 right now, it'll probably feel extra nice to save that much. Again, if you come look, they've already got it posted up here. The 64 gig is basically $300 US, and the 512 gig is going to be about $382 US. All right. Yep. We've got all the specs and everything for OLED versus LCD, all that stuff. I do think they're good devices. One thing that I have criticized them about is this. To get a docking station, it's $80 more, which to me is a really tough sell there. Whenever you've got other devices like the Switch that they come with something like this, and you know they want to charge you $80 just for the dock. That feels a little bit bad to me. You know, I would rather see this be a addition to you just buying the device. And what I've said before is, even if it needed to be fairly basic for the one that came with, and then they had a more elaborate, more, you know, port heavy version that they created for a price tag, that would be fine. But have it come with something in the first place to dock, you know. But that's my only big criticism with what they've done there. This gadget here might just be the most awesome Game Boy clone they've ever seen. Mod Retro's Chromatic offers a nostalgic yet luxurious retro gaming experience complete with authentic display and durable high-end materials. Featuring FPGA emulation, the Chromatic allows gamers to play original Game Boy and Game Boy Color cartridges on a modern handheld device. While the Chromatic is limited in game selection compared to competitors, its unique features, quality construction, and planned open source model set it apart. Yeah, for decades, retro gaming scene has been dominated by software emulation. Decades, Soup, that, you know, we've had emulation for video games, and Apple's just now getting it on their platforms. What a breakthrough. I mean, incredible. Programs that harness the computational power of your smartphone or computer to recreate the pixelated memories that defined the golden age of video games. Lately, a more orthodox approach to retro gaming has started to take root in the form of hardware emulation, in particular handheld gaming devices that can play original cartridges. If you're one of the retro gamers in the search of a more pure experience, the Mod Retro might be what you're looking for. Mod Retro announced the Chromatic yesterday, a Game Boy-inspired handheld that uses FPGA emulation, like we stated previously, in order to play original Game Boy and Game Boy Color cartridges, as well as Mod Retro made games on Chromatic cartridges. It isn't the first handheld to use FPGA emulation to play original cartridges. Analog Pocket, which I was going to bring up, launched in 2019. The Chromatic has a few details that have enthusiasts eagerly anticipating its upcoming launch around Christmas. It will have a display with a pixel-perfect reproduction of the original Game Boy and Game Boy Color consoles, right down to the same size and pixel structure. Mod Retro even tweaked the temperature of the display away from standard RGB just to make it look more like original Game Boy Color games. It will also boast a brightness of over 1000 nits, because why not? It will have a link cable port and an IR link with backwards compatibility, so you can game with your friends who are still using the original hardware. Mono speaker module to more closely mimic the experience of the original Game Boy and Game Boy Color, which also had mono sound. If the 160 by 144 2.56 inch display is too small for you, you can use the USB-C as a video output to play on a bigger screen. Lucky also promises that the Chromatic will get 24 hours of power, not from a lithium-ion battery, but from 3 AA batteries. Interesting. I mean, that's very retro. I personally don't need the retro experience of having to chunk, you know, batteries into a flippin' handheld anymore, though. Give me the flippin' lithium rechargeable, you know. That's what I would rather have. Yeah, fair. You're right, dude. Yeah. Yeah, so this is what I was going to bring up as well, and I'm glad they hit on this. As cool as all this is, the Chromatic is a very niche device. It will only play games on Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Chromatic cartridges, unlike the Analog Pocket, which has an SD card port which allows you to load up ROMs as well. Not only that, but the Analog Pocket has adapters that allow you to play almost any retro handheld cartridge you may own. There were a lot from the, you know, there was a Neo Geo, there was the Game Gear, there was a bunch of them, what was it, the Atari Lynx or whatever. You actually, so out the gate, the Analog Pocket will allow you to play basically like 2800 Game Boy games, from regular Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, all that stuff. And then there are adapters for the cartridge slot that will also allow you to play basically any game from a lot of the vintage handheld devices, as well as ROMing out with like an SD card and stuff. So it's not just Game Boy games you can play on the Pocket either. There's other cartridges you can use. This is still cool though. they've got a link for the site and everything if you want to go take a look at it. What is the I wonder what the price tag is going to be. $199. I personally think that if you're going to go for a device like this, it still sounds like the Analog Pocket's the place to be. The Analog Pocket, it does seem like still a better device than this is, and at a price point of only like $10 to $20 more, okay? If you're interested in taking a look, this is the website, okay? It looks like a cool device, it does. I think the big difference here, what you're getting out of the Analog is, which I'll link that as well. So this is the one we've been discussing in the article. And this would be the Analog Pocket. Analog Pocket is, it's got a dock. So you can dock this, you can attach controllers to it. It's a USB-C chargeable device. It's, like I said, it can play almost 2,800 Game Boy Color and Advanced games. Then it's got cartridge adapters so you can play other game cartridges like from Game Gear, Neo Geo Pocket, Atari Lynx, stuff like that. It's also a like a synthesizer, yeah, built-in digital audio workstation, so you can do things like that with it. It seems like a very, very, very cool device. And there's your dock. You've got a dock that comes with it. You can see you've got different USB ports. It's a USB-C. You know, it's very cool. And this thing is only $20 more than what we were just looking at. So I don't know. Similar devices. I do think that what you get for what you pay for the Analog Pocket, this is probably still your place to be if you're into these kinds of devices, personally. Wait, what? Just by Abernick? But this is just for ROMs, right? This isn't actual cartridges, correct? Yeah, so that's why we're talking more about a purist kind of, for most people, what they're doing there. And now, the Analog Pocket can also play ROMs. But it's you know, what we're talking about. It was more of the, you know, if you're more of a vintage gaming purist, you've got old cartridges, you want to be able to play those old cartridges, not just an emulator, right? We're not talking about just using ROMs and stuff like that, which is why I didn't really get into the discussion of, you know, those kind. There's a lot of those devices out there. There's a lot of those devices. So I appreciate you linking one for anybody that's interested, but it's not got the same functionality as the ones that we were talking about. Right. Right, yeah. I mean, look, this is what I'll say. It's not hard to build your own device either. You just get yourself a Raspberry Pi. There's all kinds of software out there already for emulating devices off of Raspberry Pis. A lot of walkthroughs, it's very easy, and they're very powerful. So if you, and you know, as far as making a handheld emulator, it's not going to be quite as easy as just, but you can do it. It's not hard. Oh, it can't use a fast charge device. Look, I mean, there's still a lot of options out there as far as just like handheld emulation, you know, ROM running devices and stuff like that. There's a ton of them, and there's some pretty decent ones out there too. Yeah, you just need to do your research. There's a lot. It's very polluted, actually. Sony's working on a robot built with built-in video game system. Here you go, Soup. A recent Sony patent introduces a robot with a gaming system, showing the company's commitment to innovation in the video gaming industry. The RUID, Sony's robot device, could revolutionize gaming by providing real-time assistance and tailoring experiences to individuals. Patent hints at a future where gaming is made more accessible and immersive, potentially changing how players interact with PlayStation games. Sleuths have uncovered all manner of Sony patents, many of which have yet to see the light of day. Others, like early iterations of Project Q, turned out to be the PlayStation Portal remote access device. Okay, it's a remote access device is all it is. It's not a true handheld. I hate when people call it this. You know, people want to call it a handheld device. You hold it in your hand, but all it is a remote access device that you pay way too much for. Were first seen in Sony patents years before they were announced. Given that game and network services are Sony's biggest profit drivers, particularly in recent years. According to Statista, the company understandably has a vested interest in not only keeping up with the competition, but also innovating. Xbox has long spoken about the importance of making gaming as accessible as possible, allowing people to easily play games anywhere. It seems that Sony may be thinking similarly about its long-term PlayStation strategy. A patent application submitted by Sony in February of this year discusses a robot utility and interface device, or RUID. It's intended to serve a similar purpose as Apple's Siri and Amazon's Alexa, but it will expand its utility by interacting with the real world. The RUID will be able to move around, capture images and sound, and analyze data for a variety of use cases. It would also be able to project information on a suitable surface. In a provided example, a user could ask for directions to fix their bike, and the RUID would project instructions onto a wall. One interesting aspect of the RUID is its potential application in gaming scenarios. The robot would be able to run a video game and, using one or more cameras, ascertain an appropriate surface in the environment to project onto. Furthermore, the RUID could provide real-time assistance to gamers by displaying strategies when requested. It follows a trend in recent Sony patents that aims at tailoring games to individuals, such as adapting a game's difficulty based on player performance. See, I'm not as big of a fan of this. I know for some people that they'll be fine with that. I don't want that. Generally making a game more accessible. From the patent description, it seems like the RUID could also be capable of connecting wirelessly to a plurality of controllers. This implies that it wouldn't be limited to using only PlayStation controllers to interface with games. In another idea, a game controller would be integrated into the RUID as a sort of robot arm that could be detached while playing, and if asked, the robot would even carry the controller to the player. Boy, we're gonna get real lazy. You know. I mean, this is good for certain people that have disabilities, but you know, it's gonna be taken advantage of just by lazy people too. Oh, I don't wanna walk 5 feet to my controller. RUID, bring me controller. The patent also mentions in some imagined versions of the robot that it could be configured to be ridden by a head-mounted display user while interacting with a virtual reality world. It's unclear if this means a person would actually ride on the robot, but the application explains that RUID would provide movements that correspond to those happening in the VR game. Interesting. As with anything that we come across, you know, patent-wise, you just have to take it with a grain of salt because there's so many that get, you know, submitted that never see the light of day in actual fruition for the company. They get put in because there's obviously interest in them pursuing these as a real-world application for the company, but a lot of them don't ever make it to us as consumers, so we'll have to see what happens here. Check this out. Retro Video Gaming Expo Summer 2024 in Layton, Utah. This is sick, dude. Utah Retro Gaming Expo 2024 is set to be a thrilling event for gaming enthusiasts, taking place on August 9th and 10th at the Davis Conference Center in Layton, Utah. Expo is dedicated to celebrating classic video games, toys, and collectibles, drawing fans from all over the region. What you can expect: wide range of activities and exhibits, feature an extensive free-play arcade area, allowing gamers to enjoy a vast array of classic arcade and console games. Additionally, there will be a variety of vendor booths selling retro games, memorabilia, and other collectibles, making it a perfect place for collectors to find rare and nostalgic items. Panels and special guests. One of the highlights of the Retro Game Expo is its lineup of panels and special guests. Experts and enthusiasts from the gaming community will be present to share their knowledge and experiences. Panels will cover a variety of topics from the history of video games to discussions on the current state of the gaming industry. They've got passes to the event vary depending on how many days you want to attend and what kind of package you purchase. They've got links for that. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. If anybody's interested. I would love to attend, but probably not going to be able to. Prime Gaming reveals 15 new free games ahead of Prime Day. What do we got? Prime Day officially scheduled for July 16th and 17th. Yeah, this is where you'll be able to expect a lot of deals happening and everything on Amazon. Ooh. If you are a Prime subscriber, then already they have some free games being added for you to pick up as part of your Prime Gaming subscription. Deceive Inc., Tearstone, The Invisible Hand, Call of Juarez, Forager, Card Shark. Well, wait. Forager and Card Shark will be available on June 27th, as well as Heaven Dust 2, Solstice. Then Wall World on July 3rd, Hitman, Absolution, Call of Juarez, Bound in Blood, TMNT Shredder's Revenge hits on July 11th, along with Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX, Samurai Bringer. So lots of games there for free if you are a Prime subscriber. All right. Agreed. Yeah, I don't ever really see anything substantial come through on Prime Day. Yep. Dawn Trail Early Access details revealed. Head to Turl early. So, alongside Final Fantasy XIV, Dawn Trail's fast approaching release date is the expansion's early access period. If you want to take part in it, then you're in luck, as we have collated all of the details you need to know about early access period. Starts in 3 days. June 28th. We'll watch the launch trailer. Why not, man?
Well, for once, the fate of the world doesn't rest on our shoulders. We might even get a chance to enjoy ourselves.
Do not be so quick to relax.
Just wait, Papa. When this contest is said and done, it'll be your daughter who sits the throne. Me, Woklamat!
And so does our ship cast off from the docks. In retrospect, of course, that battle against the storm would prove a fitting prelude to the coming contest for the throne.
Will compete in the right of succession. The outcome of which will decide who takes my place as Dawn Servant.
We are blessed siblings, the elevated chosen.
Our nation can change for the better.
I am bound to no one.
Woklamat, protector of peace, and soon-to-be Dawn Servant.
A waste of time. I can always take what I need later.
Our nation is a fortress, and its people the bricks with which it is built.
Yeah, I'm catching like Legend of Zelda music vibe in the background of
embracing
this. It's weird,
innovation that we will usher Tuli Yolal onto a more prosperous future.
Its people lived as gods, never aging.
Like, not anymore, but for a second there, it do really very simple.
Hardship and conflict.
All this time, it was here, the city of gold.
A golden light. Could it be?
I never played, I never played Chrono Cross. Cat person.
Much about the key remains shrouded in mystery.
What in the world is that?
What is this relic of theirs? Who made it? And to what end?
I will be the next Dawn Servant, and I'll protect my people's happiness to the last!
I know.
With your strength, could you have held fast to that which is dear without sacrifice?
Uncultured swine, dude. July 2nd. This is, one of those prime examples I use a lot of. I think it's very rare to see a game be able to do this, but Final Fantasy XIV is one of those games that struggled heavily when it first released. I mean, it was terrible. People hated this game. And they literally brought in like a new director for the game. They broke the game entirely down. They rebuilt it. They re-released it, like for what the game was going to be moving forward and everything. And it's been a massive success. And I think it's a very hard thing to do in the video gaming industry. But it's one of those examples of a game that has been able to turn stuff around, especially on the live service front, and I think it's even harder to do on the live service front, because if you don't have that player base, then if you screw stuff up originally, I mean, with any release, it's hard. If first impressions are a lot, and if you screw stuff up, it's hard to bring people back in. Luckily, they had Final Fantasy as the title for this game. I think that was a big help for them. But this is one of those examples of something that has become hugely successful after originally being quite trash, apparently. Early access dates. Dawn Trail will enter early access on June 28th at around 2 a.m. PDT. This will be around the time that the 48-hour maintenance ends, and then early access will end on July 5th at 11:59 p.m. PDT. To participate, players must first have pre-ordered the expansion. Players on Windows, Mac, and Steam will then receive a pre-order code, which once inputted will give them access to the early access, as well as the Wind-Up Zidane minion and the Azima's earrings. Players who pre-ordered the expansion on PS4, 5, or Xbox don't need to register a code, as the pre-order bonuses will be automatically linked to their PSN and Xbox accounts. Starting yesterday, Square began distributing the Dawn Trail registration codes via email to players who purchased the expansion from the Square Enix store. Code distribution is performed sequentially, so it may take a while before players receive their code. If you can't find the code in your email, check spam, obviously, and promotions folders. It may get flagged. If it's not there, log into your store account and head to the order section and select the order details for their Dawn Trail purchase. After receiving your code, make sure to register the expansion to their account once it officially launches on July 2nd. All right. That will give you your continued access to the expansion past the end of the early access period. If you try to register the code before the official launch, you will be met with an error. All right. If you need any of that information, here's your link. Dead Drop. Here we go. Okay, this is some interesting stuff to talk about here again. Apparently, Dr. Disrespect has found himself in the news once again, and not in a positive way, which consider me not surprised. It's something that is not necessarily unheard of for this person and persona. Yeah. What I'll say is the same thing that I whenever we first found this article, I brought up the fact of one of the reasons I've not been a fan or been really very caring about Dead Drop as a game. The studio, Midnight Studio behind it, and for sure Dr. Disrespect being the face of it or anything, is because first and foremost what they did with this was when they announced that they were creating a game and Doc was part of this, and they were making this vertical extraction shooter or whatever, one of the first things they did was, I think it was like 10,000 NFTs. They're like, we got 10,000 NFTs, and if you buy one of these NFTs, that will give you beta access through the testing period throughout the development of the game. And personally, I find that to be terribly disgusting. For first and foremost, making people pay for beta access will always feel disgusting to me. It'll feel pretty bad, because in my opinion, most of the better developers in the industry want to run a beta as a means to not only showcase their content, but also to stress test things like servers. They want to find bugs that they might not have found themselves through the development process. They want feedback from potential consumers and fans of the product about where issues lie that need to be addressed, where maybe things can be adjusted gameplay wise to better fit what prospective consumers are going to want out of that product, right? This is all a matter of trying to really communicate well with your player base, your fan base, potential consumer base, and cater the experience to an extent to better fit their preferences. It's not always an easy process, but it's definitely always feels really bad when I see a company trying to take advantage of people because of some kind of notoriety. And they're like, oh well, the Doc's part of this, and they knew that there were going to be a lot of people that are a fan of his, and so they knew they would be able to get a lot of people to buy in, right, to this NFT beta access kind of crap. And I'm sorry, but that feels terribly disgusting. It feels scummy, it feels gross, and I'm just not a fan of it, man. I think it's terrible. But apparently now we're at a point where Dead Drop, the game, right, being created by Midnight Studio, has now decided to drop founder Dr. Disrespect after some alleged misconduct. So let's find out what's going on here. Midnight Society, the studio building the first-person shooter game Dead Drop, announced Monday that it is dropping co-founder and popular streamer Dr. Disrespect, aka Guy Beam, following tweeted allegations over why he had been banned from streaming platform Twitch. Okay, so for those that are not in the know, I mean, he got banned off of Twitch a long time ago. Twitch has always been fairly quiet on the front of not pushing details out about why people get banned, especially high-profile streamers. You know, but usually a ban hasn't been permanent for people. Usually, it's especially if it's somebody big for the platform, for Twitch. They don't necessarily want to get rid of it. This has been an issue for Twitch for a long time. They kind of have double standards, right? If you're not somebody that's pulling in a mass amount of viewers, if you're not somebody that's pulling in a mass amount of, you know, potential revenue for the platform, then they're not quite as lenient with you on certain things where you might have broken terms of service, as opposed to some of the more high profile, more lucrative streamers on the platform where they give a little bit more leeway, you know. And it's unfortunate. We've seen this happen for a long time, but this was always a weird one because the doc was obviously very high profile, had a lot of viewers, was a very profitable figure for the platform, and got a permanent ban from the platform. And it went through a litigation process where, if I remember correctly, a litigation process where it was him trying to basically say that it was it shouldn't have been done. It definitely shouldn't have been a permanent ban or anything, and Twitch stuck to their guns on it and basically didn't let him come back. And when nobody ever found out, I think the big thing to get to here is nobody ever found out really what the main cause was of him being banned off the platform. There was speculation, but there was nothing ever official. Not from him, not from Twitch, or anything like that, right? But the studio tweeted its decision Monday, writing that it began investigating the alleged allegations after it surfaced on social media on Friday. I think it did. I think it did go to court in the end. Yeah, and I think I don't remember what that's why I was saying litigation, I think, did occur, which is what I was referring to in the fact that it went to court. Yeah, there was some kind of proceedings law-wise in what was going on there, because he was trying to say that it was not a breach of contract or a breach of terms. They were saying yes, it was, but nobody was finding out what exactly happened, right? And they were able to stick to it. Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah, I thought there was some kind of settlement or something, right? Yeah. But the main point of it was, whatever was the result of that entire situation, we never found out exactly what the cause was, what the root was of this issue. And I don't remember what the exact, we would have to dig into it. It's been quite a while. What the determination was there, if it was a settlement out of court, or if it was a settlement that came from the proceedings of you know, the litigation about, maybe, I don't know if he was on a contract at the time with Twitch. He probably was, and I think that's what it was, right? I think he was on a contract with Twitch. At that point, there were a lot of high profile streamers that were on contract with Twitch, and they probably had to pay him part of it. They were probably trying to say they didn't need to pay him anything. They probably ended up having to pay him part of it, something like that. I'm guessing that's what it probably was, but we could look into it if we needed to. Apparently, the studio, being Midnight Society, tweeted its decision yesterday, writing that it began investigating the allegations after it surfaced via social media this past Friday. Quote, "We assumed his innocence and began speaking with parties involved, and in order to maintain our principles and standards as a studio and individuals, we needed to act." The studio's official account tweeted, "For this reason, we are terminating our relationship with Guy Beam immediately." So we need to find out if this doesn't say what exactly was detailed in this stuff that came out on Friday. "While these facts are difficult to hear and even more difficult to accept, it is our duty to act with dignity on behalf of all individuals involved, especially the 55 developers and families we have employed along with our community of players," it added. Yeah, that's what I was talking about a little bit ago, Ferret. Yeah, they're traditionally not very good at it, yeah. Friday evening, we became aware of an allegation against one of our co-founders, Guy Beam, aka Dr. Disrespect. Yeah, okay. Beam is known for donning a wig and sunglasses and streaming in character as a macho action star of sorts. Banned from the Amazon-owned video game streaming platform in Twitch in 2020. Twitch wouldn't specify. Yeah, see, Twitch wouldn't specify when Beam had been booted from the platform, but said in a statement that it was due to violations of its community guidelines. Right. So, he breached terms, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Pinky. Yeah, no, if they don't say here, we'll take a look at it for sure. I want to know. He sued the platform in 2021, so we're getting into what we were talking about here that we didn't have I couldn't remember all the details, but he sued the platform in 2021 for breaking his exclusive, it was a contract. Yeah, his exclusive contract with the streaming service, and in 2022, oh no, he sued the platform for breaking his exclusive contract with the streamer, and in 2022 they settled the matter with neither side admitting wrongdoing. Yeah, okay, so that's what happened. That's what I've kind of thought it was. But last week, former Twitch employee Cody Connors alleged that a user had been banned for sexual misconduct without specifically naming the person in question. The allegations were broadly assumed to be about the doc and swept across the gaming space over the weekend, with some industry members saying they'd heard similar accusations in the past but could not corroborate them. Beam then tweeted a statement on Saturday. Listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can say since this is the flippin' internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal. No wrongdoing was found, and I was paid. His Midnight Society co-founders appear to disagree that there was no wrongdoing, however, and have punted him from the studio. During a stream today, Beam appeared to react to some kind of news, then said he was feeling burnout on streaming and suggested he might step away for an extended period of time. Decrypt's GG reached out to a representative for both Midnight Society and Doc, but did not immediately hear back from either side. Here you go. This is what I was talking about before as well. Dead Drop is an extraction-style PC shooter that was originally launched via the sale of NFTs on Ethereum scaling network Polygon, which served as both profile pictures and access passes to the in-development game. Midnight Society has yet to implement any other blockchain elements within the Dead Drop over the course of multiple large feature updates. So disgusting. Oh. Wait. Yeah. If there was definitive information of him doing some stuff like that with minors, it would have definitely, there would have, I think, been charges there, and it would have become public. Because that kind of stuff in the U.S., if you get charged and found guilty, right, that becomes public information. So the fact that, I don't know, it's still weird. It's still weird. So do you have any other information on it, Pinky? Do I need to look up anything, or is that basically, yeah? So, obviously, the court case wasn't anything in regards to him breaking any laws. The court case was about the doc suing Twitch. Just only that. Okay, yeah. So apparently there wasn't enough evidence to pursue any kind of legal action against him for doing anything wrong. But I mean, here's the thing. A tweet exchange was all you knew about. Yeah, I think that it's. I think it's one of those situations where it's probably a little bit of some loophole stuff here, or a lack of evidence that has. This is the way it comes off, anyways. I'm speculating, but it seems like there's a lack of evidence or something to that effect that has allowed the doc to get through this fairly unscathed, at least in like as far as legality is concerned, right? Obviously, there's been a lot of tarnish to reputation here. There's been, you know, getting banned off of Twitch. Obviously, Twitch. Look, I don't think you can take a look at what's going on here and go, yeah, he didn't do anything wrong at all, right? Because Twitch, again, like I said before, they're not real quick to get rid of high-profile people like this. You might get a ban for a little bit for doing something blatantly breaking terms of service if you're as high-profile as the doc is, right? But they straight up went, you're not going to be a part of this anymore. You know, we can't have you as a part of our platform. You're done. And that's not par for course for a lot of these. You know, you have to do something pretty wild, I think. You know, I think that's I think we all knew, obviously, that there was something wild that went down, and we just didn't know what. And now I think that you're at a point now where also, I mean, is it a coincidence that now his own development company has taken a look and been investigating and has deemed it to be significant enough? There's at least enough information. While he might not be charged legally with anything, there's enough information about what the doc is about and his actions that have resulted in them also breaking ties. And we're not talking about them, you know, riding the coattails of Twitch or anything like that. I mean, this is a significant amount of time afterwards where they're saying that they've done research, they've looked into this, and they're going, yeah, we can't be associated with you, you know? I think that you have to take a look at it like that, and personally, I think that you just, in my opinion, have to assume there's reason for these companies not wanting to be associated with this individual anymore. Good reason. I don't know that we'll ever find out exactly what it was, but I don't think it can be, you know, it's just a coincidence that this is what's going down here, you know? Bloodstained Ritual of the Night developers making necessary moves for next game. The next game from the Bloodstained team will be announced in the near future. Let's go. After legendary game designer Koji Igarashi left Konami in 2014, many wondered what the man behind the most of their favorite Castlevania games would do next. Soon after his departure, Igarashi founded the company Artplay and revealed a Kickstarter campaign for Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, a spiritual successor to his style of Castlevania games. That project was an instant success, and Bloodstained launched in 2019 to rave reviews. The game's a banger. It's very good. And a fantastic, you know, spiritual successor to Castlevania Symphony of the Night. The team at Artplay has also released 2 more games in the Bloodstained franchise that flash back to the earliest days of the Castlevania franchise. However, the team hasn't released a new game since 2020. Recently, Igarashi and Bloodstained designer Shitari Ida, released a new video to celebrate the 5th anniversary of Bloodstained Ritual of the Night's launch and announced the team is taking the necessary moves to reveal its next game in the near future. Let's take a look at this. Loud. Sorry.
皆さんこんにちは。プロデューサーの伊賀です。ディレクターの修太郎です。バッカーの皆様、ファンの皆様に支えられ、本日ブラッドステインドリチュアルオブザナイト発売5周年を迎えることができました。わー。どうしてキックスターターをすることになったんでしょうか。それはですね、当時パブリッシャーにいろいろプレゼンしたんですよ。で、どこも興味は持ってもらえるんですけど、ニーズがないと言われてなかなか話が進まなかったんですね。で、ニーズがあることを証明する必要に迫られたわけです。そこでキックスターターになりました。
キックスターターで何か印象に残ったことありますか？
まあ、キックスターターといえばですね、ストレッチゴールが印象に残ってます。ノリでいっぱい増やしてしまってですね、後から後悔しました。
いや、私も昔ノリでいろいろ勝手に作っていたので、人のことは言えないんですが、今回プログラマー他社さんということもあったのに勝手に膨らんでいって私その場にいなかったんですけど、本当に恐怖してました。
これに関しては本当に申し訳ない。9年前のとあるファミレスで、キックスターターで俺たちの作ったゲームに市場性があることを証明してみせる。だからもう一回ゲームデザイナーやってくんないっていうのを修太郎に言いましたね。
はい。いや、その言葉はね、すごい嬉しかったんですよ。でも不安もありまして、当時ゲームデザインから結構離れていまして、しばらく。で、私そもそもどうやって作っていたっけみたいな感じで思い出しながらやりました。なんかそういえば過去作をちょっと遊んで良かった点悪かった点をレックしちゃうなとか、そこからゲームクリアに必要な能力とボスを考えましたね。
そのあたりの能力とボスは最初の企画書みたいなのをこう入れましたよね。
はい。で、あとはそのマップと残っている全要素を考えて、いつもやってるんですけど、頭でなんとなく最初から最後まで遊んで、それをゲームフローとして叩き台として提示しましたね。
まあ私からは物語をどうしたいかを提示させてもらって、でキャラの役割なんかもすり合わせさせてもらってましたね。で、最初はラスボスとか決めてなくて、
こいつなんでどうですかとかやり取りしましたね。
Zengetsu, God that fight.
で、あとは少し不便にしてほしいという要望を出してましたよね。
少し不便ぐらいにしたかったんですが、仕様を結構削ることになりまして、意図しない不便さが出た場所もあるかなとか思ってはおります。
まあ、とりあえず開発に関しては今までで一
Yo,
番大変だ
you've been playing Shadow of the Erd Tree, right? What's up,
調整
Tim?
とかいつも一人でやってたんで、覚悟してたんですけど。
There's a Team 17 sale right now, by the way.
そこにさらに敵アイテム配置もなんか一人ですることに急になりまして、もうあれがもう一番きつかったですね。
What are your impressions, man? Because we've been talking about a lot of the feedback on the PC version.
とあるセリフでめちゃくちゃ
Reading a lot of reviews
そうですね、すみません。普段のセリフなんですけど、なんか大事なセリフだと思う。
You having any performance
そういえば
issues?
実況していただいた声優さんとかもおられたみたいで、もうすごい大変感謝しております。
海外の音声収録も大変でしたね。
海外の収録で思い出すのは、終電で出社して深夜2時からの収録だったんですよね。まあ時差の
Sounds like there's still a lot of people that are having similar performance issues to what was experienced on the release of the base game, unfortunately. Which feels really bad. I mean, across PC release, you know, there were a lot of people that didn't have issues, there were a lot of people that had significant issues. And for a lot of those people that had issues on release, they're having the same kinds of issues with Shadow of the Erd Tree. It's unfortunate.
とりあえずキックスターターで発表した皆さんとの約束を果たすのに必死でしたね。想定通りにいかず完全な形とは言えませんけれども、
Lots of micro stutter and frame dropping and stuff.
想定と違うというブラッドレスモードですね。ノリで作ったので本当にお手入りなかったのでした。
確かに。で、おまけプレイヤーって言えば、ジーベルも候補に上がってたんですけれども、ミディアムとの違いをつけにくいという指摘もあったので、オーロラ姫にお越しいただきました。
ドミニクをおまけプレイヤーにするっていう構想もありましたが、それが最終的にはクラシック2につながりました。
またいろんな有名タイトルとコラボさせていただきましたね、今回は。本当に関係者の方に深く御礼申し上げます。
Oh, that was a really cool area too. Yeah, I've seen some stuff. I've seen some extensive testing. And I've seen different hardware configuration tests where there's little to no issue at all. And then other ones, I'm talking like, we're not talking potato machines either. We're talking about like big rigs that are just getting crushed by the game. Like tons of stutter, tons of frame drop, and we're talking like high graphics cards, you know, and stuff like that. It's like, man,
thank you so much for playing,
doesn't
sharing,
feel good,
and
man.
The game, as well as your amazing fan art. From the whole team here at Way Forward, we hope you continue to enjoy Bloodstained for many years to come.
Bonjour, ici Patrick Plourde, directeur créatif de Child of Light.
Et Thomas Rolus, directeur artistique de Child of Light.
Nous voudrons prendre un moment pour dire félicitations à toute l'équipe de Bloodstain pour votre bon succès.
Oui, c'était hyper agréable de voir
Glad you've been enjoying it though, dude.
Et c'était vraiment un plaisir de ma part.
It has been kind of funny for me to see so many people throwing a fit about the difficulty of it, you know?
Merci.
Hi, this is David from the Game Kitchen. We are so happy that we were able to include Miriam in our own
I can see
game,
different sides of that though.
Congratulations to the Bloodstained team for such a great game.
次回作についてですが、これはすでに動いております。近いうちに皆様にお見せできるのを楽しみにしております。
Oh yeah, boy, new game
これから
coming.
もブラッドステインドをよろしくお願いいたします。
Nice, dude. Sick. Let's go. Cool, man. Yeah. Bloodstained banger. No doubt. Know that something was coming from Igarashi and his team since 2021. Publisher 505 Games' parent company Digital Brothers shared that a second version is in development for the fan-favorite Metroidvania. Since then, the team has been relatively quiet about the project. However, last month, the team at Artplay released the final piece of planned DLC for Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which means they can funnel most of their developmental resources over to the next project. Yeah. We'll have to keep our eyes and ears peeled for what comes next, man. That's exciting for me, for sure. Yeah. Very cool, man. Here we go. Terraria creator has a simple question for the team behind one of the game's best mods. Which of you wants to work for Relogic and get paid for your work? The creators of Terraria's massive Calamity mod have a job offer on Twitter. Terraria creator Andrew Digit Spinks has rather casually offered a job to the makers of one of the Terraria's biggest mods. Calamity is an absolute behemoth of a Terraria mod that adds dozens of hours of in-game content along with a roughly equal measure of new enemies and boss fights. More than 1,000 new items, brutal new difficulty modes, 5 new biomes and structures, a new class, over 40 new songs, more than 50 new recipes, and a ton of tweaks to existing vanilla content, as well as entirely new additions. Arguably the biggest mod that currently exists for the enduring 2011 sandbox game. Now its creators seemingly have the chance to work with the mind behind the base game. Yo! This is a quote. Yo, at Calamity Mod Team, which of you wants to work for at Relogic Games and get paid for your work? Spinks wrote in a recent tweet. Send me your resumes. There's a long history of video game modders joining studios as official developers, with one of the most topical examples in recent memory being the creator of Stardew Valley's best mod, working with Eric Barone on Update 1.6. Unclear whether Spinks' tweet was intended as an actual job offer, but it sure wouldn't be without precedent. After all, Spinks told the mod team he was going to hire your sound guy after Calamity's soundtrack ranked higher than the base game itself on a list of the best video gaming music. Pinky, yeah, dude, get in there. It's an amazing, an amusing exchange. One of Calamity's devs going by at Shay TV on Twitter responded to Spinks' tweet and said, I don't have a resume, but I do run the at Calamity mod team account and know how to make funny videos. Unfortunately for them, Spinks fired back with, ChatGPT is real easy to use, and followed up by saying their fatal error was only just now following his Twitter account. The official Calamity account then stepped in, presumably with a tweet written by the same modder that was just shot down saying, yeah, but I followed you here on this account before you followed me. So even Steven, right? That's the end of the conversation in the public sphere, however. Interesting. I mean, you love to see it, dude, you know, from a development team when you've got, obviously, people that love your title enough to devote their own time in developing additional content for it. Yeah, having the developers step in and go, yo, come be a part of this, you know, officially is really impressive and good form, man. Do you guys actually believe this? I mean, we thought that Skull and Bones was bad, you know what I mean? Beyond Good and Evil 2 is still in development. Ubisoft confirms after 4 years of silence. This game's supposed to, what, 16 years? Yeah. Development cycle continues. last week, Ubi officially unveiled its remaster of Beyond Good and Evil and highlighted its connections to the long-awaited follow-up. Now the publisher has fully confirmed the implication Beyond Good and Evil 2 remains in the works. Yes, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is still in development, but the devs say in a tweet thread, answering questions about the remaster, and we cannot wait for you to discover more about Jade's past in the 20th anniversary edition. As best I can tell, this is the first official fan-facing communication Ubi has provided on Beyond Good and Evil 2 since July 2020. At that time, the devs told fans that in-game footage, Space Monkey Report live streams, and our presence at events, whether digital or in person, will be extremely limited for the time being. And that's a promise the devs certainly lived up to. Since that post, Ubisoft only acknowledgments of Beyond Good and Evil 2 have been in financial reports. Even those mentions have gotten progressively fewer and further between. Leaks suggested the game continues to progress, though some reports paint a less rosy picture of conditions at the studio. First announced with a teaser trailer way back in 2008, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is now the game with the longest development period ever, having surpassed the infamous Duke Nukem Forever's 14-year record in 2022. Here's hoping the game manages to keep that record too. It's all for naught if it ends up quietly canceled. I mean, but there's obviously something wrong in the development process of this project, right? I mean, flashing neon lights. Would it be better for this to finally get released and be very subpar quality content and everything? Because I mean, look, man, I don't think anybody can trust what this game's going to be on release. You know what I mean? Or is it better to just get canceled? We always want games to be good, but usually, you know, when a game goes through this kind of development hell, if you will, there's a good reason to stay away from it. Yeah. There's good reason to be very, very cautious about spending money on a title like this. And so, I don't know. I don't think anybody can trust it. If they release it, I hope it's good, but I don't think anybody can trust it. Diablo 4's Season 5 introduces new wave-based roguelite mode, Infernal Hordes. Fall on your horde! By using an Infernal... so Diablo 4's Season 5 will introduce a new wave-based roguelite mode. By using an Infernal Compass, which scales in difficulty and world tier, players will be able to unlock the Infernal Hordes mode wherein they'll earn Burning Ether to unlock powerful weapons and rewards. Successfully slay the hordes, you'll be asked to take on the powerful Fell Council, which consists of 3 random mini-bosses. Successfully defeat them, and you'll be able to spend your Burning Aether on Spoils of Hell, Spoils of Equipment, Materials Gold, or Greater Equipment, which guarantees an item with a greater affix. That's just PS5 gameplay of Diablo, so I'm not going to watch that. Each time limited wave will last 90 seconds, after which you'll have to defeat whatever foes remain before choosing between 3 boons and banes called Infernal Offers that will modify your run. As these modifiers will stack, Blizzard warns players to choose wisely, and as you may well expect, the harder the difficulty, the better the rewards. Helltides were only the beginning of the horrors lying in wait, the Diablo 4 team teases. Confront seemingly endless waves of Hell's legions in the realm of hatred, as the Infernal Hordes grow more powerful with each passing day. You can access the new mode early if you participate in the public test realm, running for a week starting today. The public test realm will close on 2 July. For everyone else, you'll have to wait until Season 5 goes live. We got links for everything if you're interested in this, alright? There you go. And final article is trying to get some deals on some games if you're interested. Best Buy, apparently, if not everybody I know has Best Buy in the regions, but if you do, oh my god. Apparently they have pretty good deals going on right now. So Best Buy's massive member sale is live. Spend $125 on video games and get $50 back. So $50 less for your new favorite game. Best Buy just launched a massive week-long sale for its Best Buy Plus and Best Buy Total members, and gamers will love this exclusive offer for a limited time. You can get a $50 Best Buy gift card when you spend $125 on video games. So you're not getting $50 back, you're getting $50 free dollars to spend in the store. This Best Buy member exclusive deal includes video games, gaming memberships, and gaming gift cards. Any gaming product listed under the promo should count toward the $125 spending threshold before additional shipping and fees. Yeah, exactly. Fair. Yeah. As per the fine print, the $50 gift card expires 1 month after you get it. Really? That's also sucky, dude. In that sense, you should have an idea of $175 worth of gaming products to buy instead of just $125. If you don't have $175 worth of gaming products to buy right away, you can always save the money with gift cards for your platform of choice. That way, you can buy games whenever something of interest comes up instead of buying all at once just to reach $175. Yeah, not as good of a deal as it originally sounded like it might be. If you're interested, I'll link it. Yeah, double boo. Yeah, it's pretty nasty. What I would say is this is not a great deal. Not a great deal here. A lot of times what you'll find, and we'll probably have some deals coming up before too long, where you'll have major retail outlets like Best Buy, Target, Amazon. And Amazon's better for everybody because Amazon's a more accessible retail outlet than some of the other ones that I listed. But a lot of times what you'll see is they'll run like a buy one get one 50% off, or they'll run a buy two get one free, or something like that, which is a much better deal than something like this. Obviously, if you can benefit from this, then by all means, I'll link it and I'll keep it in the Discord and everything for you guys on the news segment stuff. But it's not the best thing in the world. I would say that quite often, if any of those outlets run one of those kinds of deals where it's like buy one get one 50% off, or buy two get one free, or whatever, the other outlets almost always run the same kind of deal, right? So if you can benefit from this, then again, go for it. Otherwise, I would say wait. There are better deals that happen quite often, but you do you, man. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Fair. Agreed, man. Faux show. That's the news, my dudes. So now that we have new information on Ghost of Tsushima, that it basically works differently in Legends mode than I thought it was, I need to do the DLC. But I'd already planned on doing a day of Binding of Isaac today, so I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to take a break from Ghost. I'm going to play a day of Binding of Isaac today. Tomorrow will be a day off. Thursday and Friday, we will do the DLC expansion content, the Iki Island stuff. And then this weekend, we'll do Legends mode with Pinky. And anybody else that might want to play, okay? So that is what my plan is right now. I didn't realize what Legends mode was exactly. I thought it was going to be something a little bit different. And so I need to now go do the DLC expansion on my own, and I'll do that Thursday and Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday, we'll Legends mode it up. So we're not entirely done already with Ghost of Tsushima, but I am going to take a day and just relax, do a little bit of some, Binding of Isaac. We'll have some fun with it and do something a little bit different for the day, okay? But it was an awesome news segment. I appreciate it, guys. We are going to get ready to go play games now. If anybody's hanging out and you're not familiar with what we do, this is the jam every single day that we're live, which is 6 days a week. Every Wednesday is a day off, so tomorrow is a down day, but we start at roughly 6 a.m. CST CDT. That is 7 a.m. Eastern, 4 a.m. Pacific time. Hopefully you can convert that to your any other time zone you might be in, and we just try to stay current on what's happening in the industry every single day, trying to stay up to date with the bigger topics of what is happening with video games, as well as promote a healthier place and industry for all of us as enthusiasts and consumers of these products. After that, we go play games like we're about to do right now, and we just have a good time doing it. Amazing community here on the Constant, man. Just being good friendos, taking care of one another, having fun, laughing, playing video games, spreading good vibes, and just trying to be void of negativity and toxicity, man, you know? So if you can dig that, come be a part of it. We're always looking for more awesome people to be a part of our fantastic community here, okay? But I hope everybody's having a great start to your week. Happy Tuesday. I'm going to run us an outro real quick. It'll just take a second just to sum up our news segment here. But as soon as it's over, I'll be back up, and we will start getting ready to play games for the rest of the day. I'll be right back.